Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, as you may have heard already, I'm sure many of you have, it was announced on March 8th, just yesterday, really, in People magazine that Harry and Meghan are going back to Australia. After more than 7 years, Harry and Meghan have several engagements in Australia scheduled for April, a spokesman has confirmed. Harry and Meghan are returning for the first time since they stepped down as a working royal. Meghan prefers stepped away, but stepped down. Step back. That's what Meghan likes to say. I stepped back. It's like, no, you stepped down, 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 down. Oopsie, people. You got to piss her off with that. It'll probably be corrected later. Watch. They announced they'll be visiting Australia mid-April. Yeah, of course they will be. Aries time. Marking their first visits in 7 years. Harry and Meghan will take part in a number of private, business, and philanthropic engagements. Further details will be shared in due course. While the official engagements of Harry and Meghan will attend have not been shared publicly at this time, it is believed that they will visit Sydney and Melbourne during their trip. The children, of course, will not be joining them. What a surprise. Quelle surprise. They do not have children. Yeah, so they just go on to say they last visited in August of 2018, October 2018, when Meghan faked her first pregnancy. So I found it interesting that Harry and Meghan announced this trip to Australia right after they made a trip to Jordan with the World Health Organization and Tedros, who we know is owned basically by Bill Gates. And I found out something else interesting related to all this today on Twitter X, which is where everybody's getting to platform now, because apparently Harry and Meghan do not want you to know certain things that are coming out. So I thought, well, let's make sure we broadcast this on YouTube so everybody knows what they're missing. And this just came out from Dr. David Cartland. Said, deeply disturbing finding from Aussie whistleblower on the World Health Organization governance of AHPRA, which is the Australian health system, and sections of TGA. It said nurse Lucinda Van Buren spent 2 years uncovering the hidden network of 54 WHO collaborating centers embedded in Australian institutions, unearthing a bombshell paper proving that AHPR, hence our entire medical profession, is governed by the World Health Organization. Isn't that interesting? With ties to the UN and World Economic Forum agendas. And he goes on to state the regulatory environment, so that they go into the details of how they know this. Connection with their health system with the World Health Organization. TGA Department on Vaccine Assurance also reports that the World Health Organization must seek its approval before releasing FOIA documents. So he said we've basically allowed the Epstein class to hijack our medical system. The WHO is really governed. Who is really governing Australia's health system, hidden network. And, he's at the top, which Harry and Meghan, they're best buddies. And this is a video. It's about 4 minutes long, but I'll play a part of it just so you can hear. This is the whistleblower going into the details of how she discovered this.
The boards were part of this WHO collaborating centre. Or were they separate? Was it just APRA? And it was really, and so this document again gave me the information, because it says there in, the second paragraph, to assist work to strengthen health workforce regulation, the Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency in partnership with national boards for the health professions in Australia, has been designated a WHO Collaborating Centre for Health Workforce Regulation. So that confirmed that the national boards are and AHPRA are all this WHO Collaborating Centre.
But that surely has to mean that these people are now demonstrated to be conflicted.
Yeah. That's like, we're beyond our national sovereignty, right? If the Western Pacific region is governing, the WHO is governing our Australian healthcare workforce, like I wasn't informed of that. So it's very interesting. There's a lot to unpack here. There's so much, and it actually, it's the gift that keeps on giving. It just it extends beyond the WHO to the World Economic Forum and the United Nations. But anyway, we'll stick here. The Western Pacific region of the WHO has identified strengthening of regulatory systems for health workers as a priority action domain to achieve the universal health coverage. And then there's this document, the Regional Action Agenda on Regulatory Strengthening, Convergence and Cooperation for Medicines and Health Workforce. So that was an interesting guide to look into, that little document. So this is that document, Western Pacific Regional Action Agenda on Regulatory Strengthening, Convergence and Cooperation for the Medicines and the Health Workforce. So we've got the medicines and our health workforce, which is basically what we've seen happen to, when I look at the doctors, it's all around, this interaction between the regulation of the workforce and the medicines. It's interesting in this document, it talks, as the regulatory environment becomes increasingly complex, transnational and influenced by trade and globalization, effective regulation cannot be achieved by individual countries acting on their own.
What a load of rubbish. I mean, why have things become so complex? Why? Good grief. The mind boggles.
So this is already the beginning of the global governance. Now, we have sent off a freedom of information again to the TGA, and they have accepted FOI, so we just got to wait the time. But the interesting thing, because these are collaboration centres and they're working obviously with a third party being the WHO, they have to ask permission from the WHO whether they can share. So again, that's very crucial.
That's how TGA has got to get WHO approval before they can share information.
Well, for the WHO collaborating centres, so the important thing to notice with the TGA is it's two obviously sections in the TGA that are WHO collaborating centres, not necessarily the whole department, whereas it seems like AHPRA is the whole department.
So I ended up playing the whole thing there. Very interesting, right? And something to be aware of. And when I thought of the fact that the World Health Organization controls everything, the whole world, if there's a pandemic, another one, which they're all planning on, Bill Gates has promised one, then look at that. It's all set in stone there. And look who's with the World Health Organization. Isn't that interesting? So that could mean that you could say Harry and Meghan control your entire health system. Now you may know why Trump backed out of the WHO. God. Imagine Harry and Meghan in charge of your health system. Yeah, that makes sense. So, they're with Tedros. They've got his ear. They're with Bill Gates. They hired Bill Gates' former assistant. She worked at Archwell for a while, and Bill Gates is with the royal family and Harry and all that. So, yeah, it's all connected. It's all one big club, or a small club, really. But I want to look at this because there's been different theories flying around as to what Harry and Meghan are planning to accomplish by going to Australia. Some people think it's just a test run to see how the public reacts to them. See how it's going to go when they return to the royal family in the summertime. Maybe they're just testing the waters to see how people are. Then I heard another theory that perhaps they're going to get a DNA test of that man who claims to be the love child of Charles and Camilla. I thought that was an interesting one. So I thought, well, let's just look at it, shall we? Let's just find out. Let's It's what we're all about here on the Tarot channel. Look at everything. So let's look at Harry and Meghan's trip to Australia, and we'll see what's really about, if cards will tell us. I'm going to start with what's the vibe oracle. What's the vibe of Harry and Meghan's trip to Australia? What's the vibe? Why are they really going? I mean, they could be going for several reasons, right? It doesn't have to just be one, but I would think there's some overriding reason why they're going to Australia. Ooh, masks. Hiding, concealing, deception. And you've got a Muslim-looking woman there. We all know how Harry and Meghan are all about helping the invasions everywhere, mass migrations. But besides that, this could also be looked at bringing the mask back, which would happen in another public health emergency if Tedros announced one. So that could be also indicated by a masked person here. This would be Harry and Meghan going to work on the next pandemic. But of course, the keywords for this card are hiding, concealing, and deceiving, which is what Harry and Meghan are all about. Everything they do, everything they say is a lie and a deception and part of a PSYOP agenda. So obviously we can bet that whatever they say they're going there for, it's not what they're really there about, right? So we know that already, those of us who follow them. So this is confirming that, and it could be about preparing for the next pandemic as well. And the next card, oh, look at that. Yeah, I've gotten this one before for them. It always pops out for them very often. The narcissist, egotistical, opportunist, and fragile. Yes, because we know they are both narcissists. A little crown on the head there, wanting to do the royal tour thing. But of course, Meghan is like an empty egg, easy to crack. She gets very, temperamental very quickly. Very fragile ego she has. She can't take any criticisms, which is why they want censorship so badly. Yeah, well, it makes a lot of sense. So they're there. They're going to do their little fake royal tour thing. And Meghan's going to be a narcissist as usual. And they're going to be out doing all kinds of evil, deceptive, evil things. Fawa Shawa, you know that. All right. So what is their general attitude about going to Australia in this trip they're taking? And what are their objectives? What are they really mainly trying to convey here? That was the Knight of Wands. Of course, attacking us with publicity. They always love to fill the news feeds with their garbage, and there's another garbage dump, onslaught. Probably to time with something else. They've been trying to gin up that bird flu and measles, and so when Harry and Meghan go in April, they'll probably be trying to gin up something else at the same time. So it could be another distraction for that, just like Megxit was a distraction for the whole COVID psyop. They both began at the same time. So look out with that. Harry and Meghan are still useful for a distraction when they want to be. So let's look at that. What is their attitude, objective? What is their secret reason for being there? What's the bottom of it all, on the bottom of the deck? What's secretly driving this, a real drive. And then I'm going to choose 3 things for what's prompted this trip. And I'm going to look at A, whether it's what influence the World Health Organization has on their going to Australia. B, what influence the royal family has on them going to Australia. And C, what influence does the alleged Charles and Camilla love child have to do with them going to Australia? Yeah, so who, royal family, love child, alleged love child. Yes. And what do they expect to get accomplished while they're there? And then how is it going to go for real? And what do they not want happening? How are the Australian people going to affect them? How do they see the royal people, the Australian people? What are they hoping for? What are they really hoping for out of this trip? What are they really hoping to achieve here in Australia? And how's the outcome going to be? What's the likely outcome? Let's see. I think I've shuffled enough. Let's take a look at the deck here. What do we have? Harry and Meghan going to Australia. Why are they really going? Let's see what the cards show. What is their general attitude? Oh, 8 of Wands reversed. So I can take 8 of Wands as excessive. Like I was saying, they do want to fill up the news feed with their nonsense for sure. Puff piece, puff piece, puff piece, puff piece. Meghan wore this. Meghan wore that. Meghan copied Diana. Meghan copied Catherine. Blah, blah, blah. While Harry slinks around in the background and makes shady deals, backroom deals with people. So a lot of drama. They expect, but their attitude is, of course, going back. They were there before, and that was their big... That was a huge, well, it was considered at the time, before anyone knew what Meghan was really about, if that's her real name, it was a big to-do, right? So they're going back to redo their big tour there. You know, I think she thinks she can do it better, and she's comfortable with the idea of doing that again, and sort of revamping it, redoing it. So... what are their objectives in Australia? My first thought was to lock people up, perhaps lock up their freedom of speech. Now, Australia has been running ahead of everybody else with, as well as the UK and Europe, with the censorship, and I could see this locking up, like locking down, you know, like a pandemic version. All right, so what's the underlying theme? The secretively plotting and planning here going on here. Again, I get 6 of Swords reversed. So again, returning to the scene of the crime, international, and also secretively, you know, secretively doing something here as far as international trafficking of some kind. I mean, I'm not going to speculate exactly what, but I see some kind of transfer of wealth, perhaps, of some sorts. Yeah, it's looking like some shady business going on here. And information, intelligence. Yeah, underneath it all. So this does look like some kind of intelligence, like Harry and Meghan may be going there to discuss censorship with the Five Eyes type of deal, for their international censorship. Then, you know, they have to go outside the country now to push their and get together and talk about censorship. They used to just do it right here in the United States, land of freedom of speech, you know, until Trump put a stop to that. So now it looks like they may be going to Australia. I'm getting that kind of vibe with that. But like I said, there could be multiple reasons for this trip. That could be one of them, but that looks like a main reason, I would say. And this is a shizzle stir kind of card if you look at it. Him with the stick, you know, in the waters, all being a shizzle stir, which Harry and Meghan always are anyways. They're multitaskers, you know. So... now, the next 3, I picked 3 possible reasons why they maybe have decided to go on this trip to Australia. And the first one was what triggered this trip was what influence did the World Health Organization have on their going to Australia? Oh my goodness. The Sun, Major Arcana, upright. Power here. Somebody very powerful influence of the World Health Organization here, which of course they were just with in Jordan. So I would say very much so Harry and Meghan are going to Australia on the behest of the World Health Organization, with Bill Gates doing something for them. May bring intelligence to them there, or something else. And then what influence the royal family have on this trip? Oh, another major arcana, Hierophant reversed. So Hierophant is often can be seen as a royal family card. And it is reversed, so you could say secretively or not. But I do have a major arcana, which is a major influence. But it may be that it wasn't necessarily approved by the royal family, but the royal family is behind them in general anyways, just secretively. Take that as. So that would mean like they're not going to say that it's an official royal trip, but of course they're always going to back Harry and Meghan. Yeah, so that's two major arcanas there. And then last but not least, how about Charles and Camilla's love child, alleged love child? Did he have an influence on on this trip? Oh my goodness! And I got the devil reversed, another major arcana. Wow, I think they may be onto something there. I think that they may be dropping by to say hi and get some DNA or something. Does look like that may be part of the deal. Yeah, they may be looking for some blackmail material on Charles and William. It is possible. I mean, I'm getting 3 major arcanas. So this is all equally influencing this trip, and as well as possibly other things. But I'm going to say, yes, I'm going to say the World Health Organization is the main one. But I do get that the royal family and the alleged love child are also appear to be, for some reason, also big influences on this trip. But they would be more of a secret nature. Wow. What do they expect? How do Harry and Meghan expect this trip to go? Oh, 3 of Swords. Yeah, they're definitely there to stir up the shizzle for sure. And the fights and the online battles and the censorship and stopping all that hate speech. Oh, you haters. Oh, you hate speech. How dare you hate? And it's not just that love, you can't have love without hate. No. According to Harry and Meghan and their crazies, you can only have love, you can't have hate. But you can't have love. You can't have love if you don't have hate. I'm going to sit here philosophizing now. But I mean, it's just so absurd. And people are like pronouncing it, these politicians making these pronouncements about hate speech, like that freaking Jory Craig and Imran Ahmed. They actually stood in Congress and said, I'm an expert on tracking hate around the world. I mean, they actually said this. I mean, this is how insane they're messing and effing with people's minds with this craziness. It's like, yeah, I'm an expert on the world in tracking, frou-frou flies. I mean, you could have made anything up. I mean, it's so ridiculous. I'm tracking the world for Meghan Markle's fake belly bumps. Yes, that's what I track. I'm gonna have a belly bump tracker, the Bump Sentinel. I mean, it's like, and so they're gonna do some more of it. I mean, I'm getting strong vibes of that with 3 of Swords. They're gonna be doing some more crazy word salad, insane mumbo jumbo, Orwellian doublespeak, which the communists just love doing. They're so good at effing with people's minds, and they're so damn brainwashed. But anyways, the bottom of the deck, I didn't look at the bottom of the deck. We have the Queen of Coins, which is a nasty, grifting ex-so-ho-ho. Ho-ho-ho. Over there, looking for the money. She wants that money. So she's definitely gearing up for this trip. And so is Harry, of course. They both want the money, but especially Megalodon. So we know that. She is the greedy grifter extraordinaire. So I'm getting ugly cards here for sure. And I'm getting all wands and swords. I mean, the coin was at the bottom of the deck. Money at the bottom of it all. And health. You could look at coins as health as well. World Health Organization. And women as well, targeting women, as Meghan loves to do. She loves to target female reproduction. Isn't that interesting? Bill Gates targets female reproduction. World Health Organization targets female reproduction. Everybody, all these globalist Epstein class. Epstein was obsessed with female reproduction. Isn't that interesting? This how they all just are so obsessed with female reproduction. I just find that interesting. They have so much in common. Brings them all together. So, bottom of it all, what do they not want? What do Harry and Meghan not want? What they want a puff piece. They want to bombard you with puff pieces. They want to lock you out of the internet with their childhood safety, censorship, digital ID. They want to create a shizzle storm and get people fighting and accuse you of hate speech. They want to do some smuggling down here of money or other things. And they probably want to they're doing something for the WHO for sure. Royal family and the alleged secret love child's going to be something going on there secretively. Probably a satanic. I bet you that love child is part of the satanic cult they all belong to. Their cabal, so they might be doing something with him there. For all we know, Harry and Meghan may be paying him to come out with these stories. I don't know. But there's some connection there and a satanic one at that. So what do Harry and Meghan not want from this trip? Oh, look at that. Look at that. This Knight of Cups. Yeah, this is someone who's coming in with love and joy and happiness and saying, I'm here. I want to celebrate life, bring, love, joy. Yeah, this is what they don't want. Harry do not want a calm, friendly, happy, festive, peace, love, and joy. They don't want that. They absolutely 100% do not want that. They want a shizzle storm extraordinaire. And they always get it, don't they? The Satanists that they are. They want chaos. What are they hoping for? What are they hoping to happen here? And I get the Fool. Wow, major arcana. So they have very high expectations for doing something new here. Hasn't been done. They haven't done before. And so they definitely have an objective here to start something new in Australia, with Australia. Some new connection, a new phase of their tyranny that they're pushing. Yeah. A new pandemic. How do Harry and Meghan see the people? How do they see the average Australian, the Australian population? Oh, and we get the Two of Swords. They want you to shut the F up. STFU, Australia. Yeah, give me that Voitseg crap. Well, that was South Africa, excuse me. Whatever. Meghan wants to shut you all down, shut you up, and lock you up and send you away. Oh, yes, she does. Oh, and she wants to jab you a few more times so Bill Gates can make some more money. That too, of course. Maybe a couple more jabs. But yeah, she definitely... You are to be seen and not heard. Actually, expression, you should be seen and not heard, children. Well, this one you can't see, and she doesn't want to hear you either. So she doesn't want to see you or hear you. They could not care less. They are here to lock you down even more. And I got this here with the Nine of Wands. I really get they're there to push. They really want what's happening in Australia. They want to bring it everywhere, especially the United States. It's what Harry and Meghan have been working on, is the United States. So yeah, they want to go there and learn how to bring that evil over to America. Harry and Meghan are working very hard on that, but they are certainly not interested in your opinions. For sure. Big shock there. I'm sure you're surprised to hear that. Not, right? So how's it going to go? How's it actually going to go? Oh, Nine of Swords reversed. So yeah, as expected, it's going to be worse than expected, I think. I'd take this as excess stuff. Meghan may pretend to want to unalive herself again, perhaps, and blame Australians, maybe. I see a big boohoo fest here, playing the victim, and causing a nightmare for Australians. So she's going to be involved or do something to make herself a victim here. Maybe they'll have another catastrophic car chase. So be on the lookout for that one. They love pulling that one. Breaking news when they do that one. But definitely expect some drama, some fake victim drama, fake suffering type drama that they'll drudge up out of nowhere, no doubt. It'll probably be about the hate speech. She loves that one. She loves using that one to boo-hoo-hoo about. Maybe you'll be a Netflix 2.0 in Australia. A reality show. Meghan cries a different way every night for you. So I do get some boo-hoo-hooing and some drama, and Meghan and Harry creating more shizzle storms and just upsetting people. And in the long term, and of course, they want to hurt people. I mean, they're with the World Health Organization, which people call the World Homicide Organization. So, they do want you to suffer. So for sure, that's part of the game. And long-term outcome, I get the traitor card. Oh, the traitor. Yes, Harry and Meghan, we all know the two traitors who should be hung out to dry. They should be, that's exactly what should be done to them. They should be handcuffed like this man, and they should be frog marched to the tower. So I don't see that necessarily happening, but I do see that they are going to succeed in their traitorous activities with the World Health Organization. And they are going to, at the same time, play the victims, I'm sure, of whatever. As they steal your tax dollars, they will play the victims and, their usual stunts. So, Yep. As you'd expect with Harry and Meghan, they're just there to make a scene and play the victims as usual. But they're up to something new here. They are up to something new. I don't think they're going to quite accomplish it, but they are going to be a distraction for sure, a major distraction. Yet again, especially for Australians. So look out for the trip from the two demon Satanists in mid-April. So I hope you all found this interesting. If so, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.